what I'm talking about.
Yo, what is up guys, it is your boy Twehbie here, and this will be a video of all the mechanics of Kunoichi and how to skill her. Hi baby! This is the second time. Stop it. There you go. Alright, so skill mechanics and whatever I found out in these 50. Fuck! Stop it! Okay, let's go. Mechanics, skill build, this is what it is. I got some monsters up in the building, so let's start off with some skills that I use. For starters, let's start off with canceling skills. The things that you can use for canceling are these and that skill. So it is A or D dash, and let me just get this stuff up here. There we go. So it's the dashes and that skill, and you can mainly use that for canceling skills. So if you want to knock this guy up and a straight up cancel, it's really easy to pull off. And if you want to do that, easy as fuck, and after that you can straight up dash away. Now this is one of the skills that I mainly use every single time, which is the shadow step. Now usually, let me just get this, shadow step has a startup frame. Now you don't always have that startup frame. Let's just get over here and explore some shit. So with the startup frame, you can actually cancel that, or well, make it faster. There are two ways. So you can use this, the shuriken throw, which is the right mouse button, or the SF kick, and it basically looks like that. Just have to wait. And for the SF kick goes the same, and the SF kick, there we go. There we go, kill all of them. So that's mainly what I use for the shadow step, and it is great to reposition yourself. The only downside is whenever you get yourself into a position where you can shadow step, the next thing you do will lock your camera, and it's actually really hard to pull it down, because look at that, it automatically starts running for you, which is very hard to cancel. Now I came up with a way to actually be able to neglect that, and that is by dashing forward or backward. So you can use dash forward or backward to get back into the opponent's face. So here we go, and dash back and use it in a proper manner. These things are annoying. Okay, now one of the things after shadow step, which is on a combo and really easy to use, is the 3 button. Now, on the skill tip it says, oh my god, you have to press spacebar after it. Well, fuck that. I put it on my hotbar, and it stores up to 3, maybe 5 seconds of the ability to use the skill. Now I cannot use it. Once I use shadow step and actually don't even hit it, I can still pull it off. Biggest thing to that skill though is it regens your HP for every single monster that you hit, so it is a real amazing skill. So let's see if I can pull it off. And there we go. Frontward dash into a back dash with S and that. So that is one of the things that I use. Also a fun thing to use is this. Now if you don't have enough range, you can use it. But you can double jump into some skills and also into side dashes. This is a great way to feint out, but I have not found the exact use for it. You can basically use the Kawarimi no Jitsu up in the air, which is probably one of the most fancy things within this class, but unfortunately, once again, I don't see the use of it. Also, one of the main skills that you can be using is this, the chain down kick. And the tooltip says you can use it up in the air. I found a way to not use it in the air, because that way it's even more amazing. The down knock on this thing is amazing. The stamina regen even better. So you can use double A or double D. Titty reference, yes. Double D and press your F button and actually do it. But the animation is actually really long that way, so I found another way to pull this off, which is do the dash first, hold your shift, and then press F. Now another way to use this, and which I mainly use for big mobs, is this way. I use the E grab, hold my shift, later actually. Okay, let me just try and pull that off again. There we go. Grab the bitch. Yes. Alright, so I actually fucked up my grab. Let me just find myself another monster. So, what I do, I basically grab this bitch. What? I couldn't even grab her. What kind of bullshit is that? Air kicks. Okay, I gotta find a monster where I can pull this off properly. So it is E grab, hold it until you almost fall down, and then use your shift to get it over with. And it will automatically do the somersault even before you use any of the dashes. This is one of the ways that I mainly use that skill for mobbing monsters. Now, one of the things that I really enjoy as well is the stun ability on the second hit of this. So 1, 2, and there comes the shuriken, and the monster doesn't actually do anything. This is this kunai stab. It has 5-second cooldown, and on the maximum level it even has 4 seconds of cooldown, which is amazing. Now, as for some other mechanics, which I really like, is the double jump provides you with a movement speed buff. Now, where is this useful? It's always useful. All buffs are great. You mainly use everything. So there we go. I even got myself an attack buff right now. Another buff that you can get is from the side swings, which is the auto attack speed buff. Now another thing that that I mainly use straight up from leveling at first is my 8 button. If you level this up and actually use it and start running, it does not use your normal energy bar. Now this is great simply because if you train your stamina at this point, and you use the skill and start running, it still will train your stamina, and it is great. It lasts for about, what is it, 15 seconds up to maximum level. Cooldown is 25 seconds, so there's only a 10-second downtime, and believe me, this stamina bar does not refill that fast. Look at that. There is no way I can use it up until 100, and I could be using 2 or 3 times the same bar, so it is ridiculous. Let's see what else. Oh yeah, terms of skills, what I like to do as well with the shadow step is the air dash. Now there's 2 ways to perform this, and I need to have a smaller monster to perform this properly. So if I up this guy with the crescent blade, which is this skill, it ups people into the air. So what I do is use that for air attack, and air attack has the biggest damage multiplier, which is 2.5, and as you can see, so much damage, and it's really easy to perform. There's another way you can perform this without the crescent blade, which I mainly use like this. So you can use the normal kick, but the sad fact is the normal kick has either less or, wow, it's even more amount of gravity, so the normal kick would actually be better. So there's 2 ways to perform this, and the cooldown on both will allow you to change the pace up. So once again, 1 shuriken throw and upping at, and actually missing half of the hits, killing the guy either way. So that's one of the ways you can use the shadow step as well. Now for the smoke screen, I actually like this skill. Does a day skill, and you can use that for backstabbing and actually stun comboing people. So this works mainly on all monsters. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and as long as your stamina provides it, you can just stab people to death. And there we go, easy as balls. Now, if you go into smoke screen, the tooltip says you have to pull this off, but I haven't seen this being able to use it as well as getting into hide. It says I'm into hide right now for 15 seconds, does not work that way. Because I try Heartseeker right now, it does not even pop. So that's not the way to do it, at least not on this server with this amount of lag. I think at some point it will be possible, but in all fairness, not the way to go. If I pop 5 normally, I will get into hide. I will actually react slower. I can dash out of it, but I will lose my hide. And if I use my heart seeker at that point, does a lot of damage, but in all fairness, it's only like small range, not all that great. The Kawarimi no Jitsu has a few effects, and I really like to test this one out because I actually haven't been able to. So if you press A or D instead of W, you will still dash forward from what I see in the tooltip. Oh my god, okay. Let's just change the pace. Okay, once again, Kawarimi no Jitsu. And kick people up in the building. Actually air timing them. There we go. And killing them off. So it actually has another air time, which is great. This way you can still perform the combo as well with the shadow step, I assume. Let's see if it works. Oh my god, it's way too rubber banding. Alright, so that's one of the ways you can perform some skills, as well as just backdashing like this. There's a way with the normal stabs, the left and right mouse button stab, that you can perform it faster than the usual ones. So the startup on this one is pretty big, but if you perform it like, let's see, if you dash before it, you will actually be able to perform it straight away. So you can use either a back dash or a frontward dash to use this properly. Now let's see if I can find any monsters. There we go, death from above. Let me see if I can do it like this. Doesn't work. Fuck it, too many skill inputs. So either way, if I dash frontward or backward, the startup animation is actually not even there. So that is a neat way to start up with the pressure point stab. It does a lot of damage on maximum level. The kunai stab is actually worth it as well. The multiple chain pressure seems pretty good. Not sure if it's worth it, but yeah. As for skill momentums, there are a lot of skills that use the momentums as well as other skills. Momentums, for those of you that don't know, is if you basically use a left hand swing and you turn around, you can use your right hand faster. Now this works exactly the same way with this class. Now there's a chain way to combo this skill, which makes it a little easier, but on highest attack speed it's actually really hard to perform, I found. So what I basically do is I use my shift and left mouse button, which is the sweep, into the backswing, which is S and L. So you have to release shift at that point. After that shift, you use shift and right mouse button. Now this is one of the skills that is one of the most insane as well, and one of the biggest rotations within this class. So let me see if I can pull it off while using a grab, which is, to my knowledge, is one of the easiest, unless I fail it. So once again, I backdash, which is the incorrect input. So once again, let me try it. This is the fastest damaging combo that I found out so far. Its input is ridiculous though. So either way it's good or not, I'm not quite sure. But this way you can cancel it. So with this up momentum, you can use the shift and right mouse button, which is the fox claw. Let's see. What else am I forgetting? Oh yeah, one of the things, this was one of the mechanics, but this skill cannot be put in the same way, so it is pretty useless. So along the way, let's talk about skills, but we covered about everything. Let's go. So about the skills, this is what you should be aiming for. The normal attack, not that good. With this addition, gains more range, could be decent, could be good for getting more stamina. I wouldn't get it at first. As for this skill, straight up maximize it the moment that you get it for stamina reasons. This is traveling possibilities, and its speed will actually increase of using the dashes, which is great, makes your class faster. Same goes for this skill. At some point at end game, you will have to maximize this. The 100 stamina bar is never enough. You will have to regain everything once again, and while upping this, the cooldown goes lower as well. So here's 13 seconds, here's 15 seconds, so it gets lower. The crescent cut is decent. Is it necessary at some point? Don't really know. I would rather have the whip kick because it is easier, same amount of cooldown or even less at maximum level, and like I said, it is really easy to get at first levels to use the shadow step combo with it. Now for the down chain kick, really useful skill, just get it, doesn't require a lot of points. For the kunai or shuriken throw, this is a kunai, it's not a shuriken, what the fuck? They really translated this wrongly. Wow. Either way, the first thing of the shuriken, this one not that great. It doesn't add up like a lot of damage, and you won't be using it for damage. It will just be for the interruption of the other skill. As for the addition to it, which is great for PvP, I would say maximize it at end game, simply because this will drain people their casting speed. Now, it doesn't seem all that useful, but all debuffs are great, and it's used in every combo, so it's fucking amazing. As for this skill, it is amazing. Regens a lot of stamina, which you will be using at some point anyway, or regains your energy. There's a difference between energy and stamina. The smoke screen, pure PvP skill. I would not maximize this at first, but it's really great. Same for Heartseeker. PvP skill, not great for PvE. E-grab, just get the first one. That should be enough. It could do a lot of damage at maximum level into a combo, but still that's PvP maximized. This skill, ankle cut, it could be decent. The damage is not all that great. The debuff is amazing. So still end game, but begin game not. This skill, purely PvP. And could use in PvE to use some CC, but in all fairness, not that great. Now the Fox Claw is your main damaging skill if you really want to do the cheesy mode. So here's the cheesy mode. I don't do jack shit except for that move. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. And it does not even deplete my bar. It does a down attack on the first part, and once you pop the skill, it goes on to cooldown. But the funny thing is, look at the cooldown timer. Oh my god, it doesn't go lower. What is this sorcery? Yes, and once it's done, it knocks people down, and I swear to god, look at the damage. It is 620 times 3. Now look at all of my other skills. This one, a maximum, which is the double stab, 410 times 2. If I look at this, 671 times 2, which is lower. And the amount of speed that this has is ridiculous. So, in all fairness, this is the only skill that you have to get on this class. Aside from the fact that you have to get Shadow Step and level 2 of this one, which is the kick. And the kick is solely for your sustain within the game. Really easy to get. This skill, totally fucking useless, aside from the fact that it looks really awesome on the 100%, but yeah, not that great. The debuff, I really want to see how much it debuffs actually in terms of speed. Come here, baby. The AoE range, not that great. This bitch is getting slowed. Maybe on maximum level, it would be great for PvP. PvE, fuck all. You don't use that many range skills anyway. So, in all fairness, I don't think it's really that useful. The counter. It's a fucking Korean server. I don't use it ever because you cannot pop this yourself. Unlike the samurai one. Unfortunately, this skill useless. This skill a lot of damage, and for this skill I don't know whether it could be good or not, because this pushes back enemies, and that could be fun in this term. So let me push this hoe back, and I use the Kawarimi no Jutsu and get the fancy stuff going on. Now it could do a lot of damage in terms of down smashes, but in all fairness, I would not maximize it at first. As for the last part, the assassination training, get this straight away. If you got the points, do it. It ups so much damage. And that is it actually for everything. If you guys have any questions or anything to note, please make sure to post it in the comments. Also, I would like to request you guys, what would you guys like to see next? I thank you guys for watching. This was Twehbie. Peace.